Bikeways meeting to order for Tuesday, May 17th. And can I have that paper back? The attendees we have here, I'm Fran Saluski, the chairman. To my left here is Jacqueline Pence Green. Across the table, we have Paul Gazai, Charlie Walkley, and Eric Levy. Under new business, we have the approval of the April meeting minutes. Do we have a vote on that?
I vote to approve.
Okay. Has anybody given any thought to possible projects for the OCRT in the coming year? Signage, different trail. I know back in March we got hit with a lot of graffiti, but there's no way to tackle that.
Driveway sealer, we went out and got the two in Harwich today.
Oh, okay, good for
The
you.
one that said bike blades by Thatcher's Bog and Bell's
Yeah.
Neck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was part of the original graffiti.
Yes,
So that there really hasn't been any since
there has
then.
not been,
Correct.
thank God.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah.
1 day's damage.
That's good. So the one on the trail, the two on the
There
trail.
were two on
Yeah.
the trail
The
that done.
yellow and the green
Yeah, fluorescent green
and
Yeah.
blue.
and a
blue.
pink or,
The pink, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was pink.
yeah,
The pink? What?
well, I don't know what you
It's
would call it,
called
annoying.
It
I
was-
recall blue near the cemetery, I think.
Then I got that one in Orleans that had a sentiment about government agencies,
Oh, gee.
and they could go, or,
And Mass Bike Month is continuing. There's some publicity out there for it. And that takes care of new business. Under old business, we had the Cape Cod Commission hosting a meetup at Brooks Park. There was 11 of us in attendance, and our Harwich Bikeways Committee was well attended, well represented, I should say. It was a cold Wednesday afternoon,
Yeah.
and this coming Friday is May 20th, and it's Bike to Work Day.
okay. I'll
You
do it,
go, huh?
I promise.
And what's the point of,
What's that?
is to incentivize people to
Right.
start doing that?
Right.
That's a beautiful idea, I love it.
Yeah.
Think of the Netherlands,
Oh, I know.
north.
I don't know if there's any interest from the people at this committee, but there is going to be a bike festival rodeo in Brewster at the Eddy School on Saturday. It goes from 1 to 4. They'll be passing out literature. They'll have a bike rodeo for the kids. They'll pass out helmets and perhaps bike lights. So I wanted to give our friends up at the Brewster Bike Committee a little plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out of town.
Okay.
I've tried to get a hold of, we threw a few emails back and forth for Eric,
Eric?
for, wrong Eric, Rick. Sorry
Rick,
about that.
yes,
Trying to get him, I don't have them with me, some maps, Cape Cod Rail Trail maps, which I have about 75 or 100 of them.
Okay.
I got at least that many.
I think I gave him a bunch from
Did
the
you?
park.
Because
He
And I
was
have
by,
the phone number went to, I think, his son. His son asked who I was. The phone number you gave me. The emails, I don't know if my emails are going to his junk or not, but he's not responding to my emails at all. And I do know him.
Yeah.
So
I
If
think
you
he
gave him a bunch?
yeah, cause I had a carton
Okay,
or a
then
half.
I'll kinda drop it at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see him this week to put in, the repair stands.
Okay,
So we're gonna put one at Nickerson and one in Dennis.
now are you just, that's right, they haven't come in yet.
Yes, they have.
Yes, they
Oh, they
have.
have.
He's got them.
Ooh,
He's got the drill and and the hardware. He just needs manpower, which is great.
So it's bolted into the,
I have a concrete pad at Nickerson that he
Okay.
can drill into and put in, screws and bolt it down. And then we'll, on the concrete pad at Route 134, we'll pick a
Nice.
spot and put it there.
that's really nice.
Yeah, it needs a concrete pad.
Yes,
So-
yeah, no doubt about
That was either, have to pour one or something, but.
And the Friends of the Cape Cod Rail Trail paid for them, so.
it, yeah. That's a great project. I looked at the one on the way to Chatham today. It's all there, it's still functional.
I think it's great, because,
Yeah.
bike is like a musical instrument. If it's not tuned, it's
Mm.
not gonna give you the beauty that,
Mm.
you need to tune it. You want it.
Well said.
Right.
Now, the next two items on the agenda, we'll turn over to Paul and hear
Yeah,
what he has to say.
As far as a fix-it station for Brooks Park, email Link. Link says he's all on board. He's willing to do the grant paperwork for it because he's gonna pay for it
Right.
anyway, upfront. That was about 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard back from him other than he said he was all on board for it.
Oh, that's great.
At the meetup at Brooks Park, Steve Tupper did mention that there was still he said there was still like, I wanna say 60,000.
Yeah.
There was a lot of money available kind of
For that
today.
thing, yeah.
I'll email, you know what I haven't done, I'll email from that link back and tell him what Steve mentioned at the Brooks Park link up, and maybe we can get some paperwork in so we can get it faster than later.
Well, if
I
it's
don't
going, you wanna get it paid back, I would think he'd wanna be in on the
All right.
gravy train.
I'll take the action to,
That,
The email
we're talking
link.
about a fix-it station, true?
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
Correct.
okay. You have another project you're gonna talk about? For
Oh.
Brooks Park? Oh.
no,
Cause I know last year that they talked about the, water stations. And that, my recollection is fuzzy, but I think that somebody had actually donated those?
Yes,
And I know they put the one in Orleans.
these are 4 hydration stations
Yes.
that are going in Harwich.
Okay, so that's still.
One at Brooks Park,
Yeah.
one at Red River Beach,
Yeah.
and I forget where the other two
I
are.
think Headwaters is one,
Okay,
Oh, that's very cool.
cause that would be really nice there.
how do you think?
And maybe the Rotary? I don't know,
no,
cause they need a water source probably.
Yeah, cause
Well, I know
I've,
Not at the Rotary.
I've gotten one from surplus from the federal government and wanted to give it to the town to put in at 137 there,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
he's run into, the waters on this side of the road, not on
Mhm.
the other side, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the whole thing, whether he can mole under 137 or not, which, so it
Um,
really has hit sort of a snag. He hasn't, it's sitting in the back room.
Dan Pelletier from the Water Department was going to contact you about putting one in on 124. Across the street from the Pizza Shark.
Oh, yeah, well, he hasn't, but that would be
He,
good.
he said it's state property over there, and he had to get clearance from you
Yeah,
to be able to put one there, but he
I
hasn't
think
contacted
it's great,
Great.
yeah.
Now, these 4 hydration stations were donated, or?
Yes.
And any idea if they're gonna happen this year?
Yes, and I spoke with Dan, or not spoke, I emailed Dan earlier this year, and he said he was just waiting for better weather to come along, and with Link's cooperation, they would get him in.
Yeah. Cause is there a plan to put it at where the restrooms are? Because they have the water coming into the restrooms?
I don't know where, at Brooks
Okay.
Park,
Yeah.
he just said at Brooks Park.
I would assume that's the best place to put it at that point.
You
know,
gotta cook it
wash-
up to water.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, the shortest pipe.
And I think you can just let them drain on the ground, I'm not
Like just
sure.
have a little gravel there or something.
Right, not have to
Yeah.
connect to a septic, so.
I can't remember where the one up in Orleans, I've used the one in Orleans, but I can't.
Unless they put a few stones, you know,
Yeah.
kept them enclosed.
Yeah,
with
like a
few
dry
stones,
well, you
like a
might
dry-
have, it might have to have that, I'm
Oh.
not sure. I would have to see spec.
I can't say enough about those things. I used it last summer when it was really hot out and I was reluctant because I had that memory of in elementary school when you turned to, it was hot, you know, and I thought, man, I don't want hot water. And it was very cool. It was just, it was really
It
nice.
is nice to get water, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're
it
seventy
really is
percent
nice.
water.
Yeah,
And what about your own water? Don't you carry water?
I do carry water. And that day I happened to run out.
Oh, I see.
That might have been when Fran made me ride 40
You
miles.
just made me thirsty.
He kept going.
You can do that with your e-bike, huh?
He can. He drags you along.
Paul, getting back to you, an update on the mud issues?
Yeah,
Uh,
you know what, I don't know, I haven't been by the Rotary in a couple of weeks.
The
Um,
mud where?
On the OCRT,
Oh, right at the, near the rotary?
there's one
Yeah,
near the
it's a-
Rotary, and there's one near the new fence that was put in.
Low spot.
Somebody actually dug a trench.
That'll,
And that's
might
not-
be, doesn't work?
Well, it doesn't, the mud's still kind of on the trail.
It's been cleaned off. I rode
I did
through
mention
there.
it to,
Yeah.
I did today and yesterday and.
you didn't see
Yeah.
anything.
No.
I sent
It's
an
not
email
terrible
to
by any
Link, but I
means.
didn't know if it was done, so
Yeah,
he must have
it's done.
cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
We have a spot in Eastham that got repaved and they didn't crown it. It's like a bowl, so it
Mm.
fills, it comes off of Atlantic Oaks, and there is sediment, and we always gotta get out there and sweep it.
Yeah.
It's a drag.
Yeah, cause the
Yeah, that's
one,
why you wanna crown.
yeah,
you
the
know.
one near, that he fixed last year, they actually had to dig a little trench and put the crushed stone in,
Yeah,
And it
and
seems
that
to-
worked.
Okay.
Seemed
yeah.
like it worked,
Yeah.
I haven't seen an issue with it since since they did that, but that was last year sometime. I thought that's what they were gonna do, they might have just swept it, I don't know if they put crushed stone, especially the one, somebody dug the trench,
Mm.
and it just never worked.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to go out and look at it.
Just want to mention that it's great to find these problems on the trail, but if you would just shoot Paul an email, and Paul will let Link know about the problem, and even better is to take a picture of it
Okay.
so that
Okay.
Link will know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, same thing on the rail trail, just let
Okay.
me know.
Okay.
It's not like, it's
Yeah,
Well, they
good.
were real clean, cause I rode to Eastham a few days ago and I didn't see any dirt in Eastham. at all.
But on Sunday, there was graffiti on the trail.
Yes,
Oh.
he called me,
Yeah.
and he,
I
you
didn't
know,
take a picture.
I saw his spray
I
paint
like pictures.
hands. He-
Where was that now? In Eastham?
Between West Street and.
In Orleans.
Yeah, in Orleans. And
Oh, okay.
that section after West Street that goes up
Yeah,
toward
yeah,
the Sparrow.
yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't very nice graffiti.
And I just got a phone call about Hawk's Nest, somebody dumped construction debris.
Oh, gosh.
But I have somebody who walks it every day and they call me. So I appreciate it, cause I'm getting so busy. It's not like, oh, I think I'll just go for a walk in Hawk's Nest. you know? In the winter, I did, every once a week, we'd go down there and clean up and,
So
Where can
Paul,
I get
you are
a
all
map
set on
of the trails?
of Hawks Nest.
Charlene, she sent you a picture and all that of that.
Not necessarily
Can I
Hawks
send
Nest,
it?
but the punk
'Cause I
one, you
just
said
went by
you
it
ride.
today. I
Oh,
took a
yeah.
picture of it,
Yeah,
but-
I sent it to Link, and,
Uh,
yeah, like I said.
Probably the Brewster Natural Resource
hour
or
or
something.
two when I came
I have
back
an
in the
old
house.
trail, but they
He said, yeah,
have
he
put
says,
all
"Why
these
would, you know,
different
they have to
trail
put work
marks.
orders in to-
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
put work order in,
talk
should
to
be
me
done within a
sometime
week.
about
Okay.
what would be
That-
good.
that's
There is a
usually
lot
does
of
it.
trails in
Yes,
there.
yeah.
Unless it's a major project of
And,
some sort.
You know, besides just the dirt roads are fun to bike down.
Trying to bike through Hawks Nest is difficult with those craters on the roads.
Oh, the roads, yeah. Hawks Nest there's a trail that runs from Hawks Nest Pond and goes by where there was the fire. And then there's a trail that comes up near Nathan Walker back. So there's a nice loop that people can do. The Nathan Walker Road you can do, but it's not state property, but, it is a pretty area and it's not well known, so it's like local Harwich people can have always enjoyed it.
Mhm.
And from the state point of view, don't want it advertised and
Right.
have the world descend like they do at Nickerson. It would have to get staffed,
Yeah.
you know, so more than we do.
The next item I have on the agenda is that the plexiglass at the Rotary, on the kiosk at the Rotary, has been replaced by the Harwich DPW, and it looks great.
Looks
And
great.
Eric appreciates the Harwich spending the money to update the
They're a tremendous partnership, Harwich DPW with the rail trail. I mean, they do a lot of work at the Rotary. They really they emptied the trash there, so that is their possession. And Link was flail mowing. He goes, Eric, I'm gonna go down the rail trail too. Do you mind? I'm like, no, go for it. You know, and he's just, you know, not
That's
Link,
great.
Boo,
right,
right.
one of Link's staff.
Yes, that's who I mostly deal with, but, they actually donated a big water tank to me to try to blast off graffiti, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It penetrates into the asphalt, so,
Of course.
yeah.
Mhm.
Wish people would think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I argue about anyone's sentiment, even that one in Orleans. Philosophically, I might agree with the guy, there's a lot of problems. But it's like this part of what the government's doing is a beautiful trail for you to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not anything, and so don't, you know,
Bring your
why?
political views here.
Yeah, it's not it's not the arena.
Has anybody heard anything new about the discussion on e-bikes at the state level? They were,
I've been keeping them making decisions, but I have not been, and I've asked Ranger, nothing has come down to me, so the only rule that we can enforce is courteous behavior. That if people are riding erratically, they can be stopped, but I think the future is gonna be a speed limit myself. I would like to, put a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit on the bike trail. And it's gonna get a lot of racing bike guys upset, but we're not gonna yell at them if they speed when there's no one there.
Yeah.
The idea is, like when I was doing the graffiti there, woman in an e-bike, I have my Kubota there, cones out, and she's not in control, hits a cone, rides over the paint.
Oh my goodness.
I go, didn't you see, everyone else was going around, I'm there with a yellow bright thing. I was odd, but it's, people are getting them, aren't used to biking, and
Yeah.
it goes pretty fast, and so there could be issues, there really could be.
It could be.
Scary.
But then it's getting a lot of people who can't bike out there, and I've really talked to a ton of people, and they're so appreciative that they can still get out. So I've always allowed them under universal access. And it hasn't been, most of the complaints have not been about e-bike people.
No.
It's been more racing people who won't call out and
Yeah.
scare people,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
How would they control those speed limit? I mean, you know, it's like,
Well, it, a lot, to actually, it'd be really, you'd have to have two people, one logging it, someone up ahead to pull them over. It would only take a few ticketing and the word would get out, they're not allowing it.
Mm.
So, I don't know if that'll happen or not, but, you know, a lot of times if you at least set a tempo, people will know.
Yeah.
And,
yeah,
you know, it's
Yeah.
like a road, people flash their headlights, oh, there's a cop, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
I don't know.
Speed limit signs.
I just don't want anyone hurt, so I'm
Right.
not looking to wreck anyone's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I like making people happy, so,
Yeah.
I just, you know,
But correct me if I'm wrong, you can't use any other motorized vehicle other than an e-bike, true, like say the motorized.
no gas engines aren't allowed.
There's an electric
Oh, the-
scooters.
There's
So they're
electric
standing up, you know.
the single wheel skateboard people, that,
Yeah,
I have to allow that, it's
yeah, okay,
just an electric thing,
yeah, yeah.
you know, I don't see, that's.
How about the scooters?
Like, what do you call a scooter, like,
I started seeing them last year, and I don't know what the rules, but they're a scooter where it comes up and it's got two bars here, like when we were kids. Only they stand on it, they don't push with that.
Oh.
It is
oh, I think I
it's
have
electric.
seen that, that doesn't sound, I mean,
I don't think they go.
that's
very- I
not
don't know
bad, what I've seen is electric motorcycles, really.
Yes,
People
yes.
on the trail, a
I've
guy
seen
came
that.
up and asked, can I charge my thing at the contact, you know, and I'm looking, I go, what is, it's electric, you know?
Yeah,
They might have, that's probably a classification he shouldn't be allowed, like, class 3, all throttle, goes
Yeah.
like 30 miles an hour,
yeah,
but, boy, if we were courteous and kind to each other,
it would be
It's
so
all this,
simple.
we wouldn't have to talk about it, it just would
Yeah.
work. It's
Yeah.
good to get away from cars,
Yeah,
just try biking on 6A and
Yeah.
say how much fun it is,
yeah,
you know, so I'm grateful for the rail trail.
yes,
And, the section in Wellfleet is gonna be done, they think, in 2 weeks, which is amazing.
I was out there last week and it just looked like some cosmetic work needs to be done.
There's,
I think they were missing a rail.
they
and
did
some-
have to redig and put back rails
And there
and,
was some, it
seeding.
looks like seating, yep.
Yep, they gotta seed and make sure of the erosion. I mean, the state worries that, because there's 2 DCR engineers, before it gets handed over, they wanna make sure they don't, you know, it all gets done. But they weren't so good about the Yarmouth with the crooked bollards, they signed off on that when it was constructed. And I've asked to get them fixed, so I don't know if it's up to me. I don't know if I should take them out or not, to be honest.
no, what is that? I didn't follow what they are,
Bollards are the yellow posts that stop cars from going on the trail.
Okay, I know what you're right, yes.
And people would go on it, there's no doubt that it
Yeah.
does stop that.
Yeah.
And, you know, most of the ones in Harwich the rescue can get by and no problem in that. It's only, you know, a few that had them thrown in ponds, and
Oh, gosh.
we had one stolen in Orleans. We can't find it. He's either thrown it somewhere that, you know.
And we
They're
got the
heavy.
map boxes.
They're heavy.
They're very heavy. I mean,
They're
maybe they
steep.
took it and went to S&J Exo and got $5 for it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Any other comments?
You know what, I have one cause you just mentioned it, map boxes. We're gonna be putting them up again this year,
Yes,
and probably they should go up by, you know,
Memorial Day,
Memorial Day, okay.
Do you actually have the boxes?
both of us.
Well,
And some are still up.
Some is
Orleans,
still up, I have
Orleans is up.
very few, we haven't purchased any new ones. Yeah, most of them we did keep up last year. I
One
think we all
twenty-four
did.
is not there.
No, 124 got broken, trashed,
The one at the
Deep-
Rotary was gone.
both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
We had two, we had one for OCRT and for Cape Cod Rail Trail.
Yeah,
Both got ripped off.
And it was 4th of July.
And I don't think there's one on, Depot Road either. I don't know if I don't think I've got 4 of them. I know we had a brief discussion.
Has it
about
recently
purchasing.
been missing? I know it was there in the fall.
I don't think it was there in the spring,
Okay.
or even a few weeks ago. I rode up to, when they dropped the monument, border marker, town marker. And I don't believe there was one there. I think I
Okay.
saw it.
Yeah.
I'll try to look again tomorrow. So we can
We rode by
probably
today.
look
I
at
just
4
didn't
of them.
I didn't notice. I don't think it was there, otherwise I would have noticed it.
But there's another Depot Street.
Depot Street.
That box is still there?
That box, we never did the one in Depot Street. We went further towards Yarmouth,
Okay.
and you know where Main Street is, after you go
Yep,
over?
yep.
There's a box there, and it's
Oh.
physically there,
It's off the parking lot though, rather than.
Yes.
Yes.
but it's at the
yes.
kiosk,
It's at the kiosk.
right
that's
at the kiosk there.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what and then, actually, there still is one on Station Ave,
Okay.
further down.
At the
And we
kiosk.
left those boxes. And I still think
so where was the vandal, in Harwich there, by the Rotary
the
mostly?
Rotary, they ripped 2 of them off of there.
There's gotta be this, some problem child in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And again, by the church, 124.
By the
Yeah.
church,
I mean, it was there through the winter. I think this happened in the spring.
Yeah,
March, yeah.
that one survived a long time.
And it was one of the, and I say the cheap, the plastic ones.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Nice and clear.
Yeah.
I have a couple of plastic ones. I might have 3 left. I have a couple of plastic ones that I repaired with like super glue, and it just destroyed the acrylic.
Yeah.
But it glued it.
Yeah.
I'll check my inventory, but
Okay.
I think I've only got one, and it's an old box, but, you know, the wooden ones held up pretty well, you know, but,
Yeah.
you know, we need to, I think you had this little bit of a thought of putting metal ones in and just put a sign on them
Yeah,
that says maps or something.
I saw a metal box somewhere, I was looking at it, it was on the trail somewhere,
okay.
I don't know.
I know that said maps or something.
I don't think, it didn't say maps, no.
I know at the Rotary, they put the new, dog poo
Yes,
metal ones.
Yes, yes,
With a
Where
lock.
did
that's
that
what
come from?
I saw.
What's that?
What if a
Okay.
dog,
Book
Poop
container.
bags.
Yeah,
poop bags come from?
I gave Link some I had extra, he does, but I'm getting very low.
Okay,
So I have 2 boxes at Nickerson.
'cause the one at the Rotary,
Yeah, I filled that up,
okay.
but is it empty again?
No, no,
Okay,
we're just remarking that it's there.
It's
Yeah,
there.
it's
They
there.
didn't
I
rip
mean,
that
I-
out.
Yeah.
right,
And that's strange that they would destroy the plexiglass,
prettier,
take the,
and not the dog poop.
right.
Maybe they like dogs, that's all I don't know.
How is it attached?
Oh my goodness.
It's probably just screwed on,
Yeah.
right?
And that's the way our boxes were.
Right.
And the wooden ones, I put 3 2.5-inch screws into that thing.
I know you do. But I think they aged enough that there was a lot of wobble in them, shall we say, because the
Yeah.
wood was soft.
They're
That's what I
probably,
think,
they're
yeah.
probably, I made those 7 or 8 years ago. And I told Fran, I won't make them again, that's enough work.
Yeah,
We find him, be able to buy them somewhere.
yeah.
Well, I've notified the Ranger Bureau to poke in at the Rotary, but that would be a miracle if they ever came upon. Police know, but it's wide open,
Mm,
you know? If they wanna strike, they will.
yeah.
Okay, the only item I have left on the agenda is the next meeting. It's scheduled for Tuesday, June 21st, 5 PM here at Channel 18.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
June 21st,
Yes,
will you send out the,
yes.
okay, but I'll put it in there.
Yep. Oh, and I know we've closed the meeting, but at some point, I'm sure Andrew will be in touch.
I hope.
Need somebody to write minutes.
Yeah.